Valley Club, should you stop building towards Big Boy Apocalypse? Is this still the #1 priority for new and mid-game players, or has the meta shifted once again? And did the Spider Society shift from being a resource trap to a must-build team, and is it worth it pushing to climb to the top of Kyln Tower? We're gonna answer these questions and the rest of the questions from the mailbag because it is Monday, and if you're ready for all of that and more, then Valley Club, you know what to do. Find that like button and let's go smash it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope the climb up Kyln Tower to get as high as possible is not frustrating you too much. But before we get into that and the rest of the questions from the mailbag, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content. We have at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on the channel. Usually there's more. We have question and answer videos like this, news videos, gameplay videos, everything up your experience in Marvel Strike Force. Let's go right into the game and talk about this Kyln Tower. Is it worth it to go through the frustration, to use your resources on characters, especially the Spider Society? Should you push for these higher floors? Is it worth it for the rewards? From a resource investment perspective, maybe you didn't buy the Spider Society like I didn't, and I'm trying to get through this to see if I could get through these nodes without the Spider Society, or at least without purchasing the offers for Spider Society. Now, we did get through 441 today, 42. It took a lot of resources, and it did take a lot of resets. Now, just for the rewards on this floor, I would say it's not worth it. It's not worth your investment into trying to get some of these rewards a little earlier, and it's not worth it for your investment in time because it does take a lot of these resets. If you're trying to do this on the cheap, like I am not getting any of those initial offers of the Spider Society. Now, if you are someone that's really going to push for Dark Dimension 7 right away, cost is not an issue for you, you want to get through everything as quick as possible, then maybe it's worth pushing for, because you would investment in a Spider Society, and you can get through these first few nodes, or these first Spider Society nodes, 41, 42, 43, with a pretty minimally invested Spider Society. But if you're trying to do this without Spider Society, then you're gonna need to either invest a lot into some other characters like Noir, like Ghost Spider, or you have to invest a lot of time into refreshing these a lot. So from a pure rewards perspective, no, it's not worth it. But if you're like myself, and you're very stubborn, want to just kind of prove a point to yourself and get through these 3 nodes, 41, 42, and 43 without purchasing the Spider Society, and you want to do that kind of for the challenge, then yeah, that's what I'm doing it for. But yeah, it's not worth it for these rewards, and it's not worth it for the investment of time that you would need to go through if you're not investing in the Spider Society. So good luck with Escape from Kyln. I think you're getting a lot of great rewards just getting through 440, but if you're like myself and just kind of want to prove a point, then good luck. You're gonna have to use a lot of resets to get through this stuff. But let's move forward to the questions of the week. Hey, ValleyFlyin, love your videos. Thank you, my brother. As a newer mid-game player, just got Green Goblin Classic, Morgan Le Fay, Archangel recently. My question is, when should I go for Apocalypse and other legendaries relative to Dark Dimensions? I feel for a lot of those, people tell me to bring in legendaries, but for a lot of legendaries, people tell me to bring in Horsemen or Dark Dimension characters. So I think it does depend on where you're starting and whatever you unlock along the way. I feel like you will unlock a lot of these Dark Dimension characters along the way just because you're gonna gear up a lot of your good characters anyway. And as far as your legendaries, you're gonna unlock a lot of them along the way anyway. But as far as priorities, what should you go for first, Dark Dimension or Apocalypse? Well, remember that we had Dark Dimension 5, and then that was the release for Dormammu. We didn't get anything the next year as far as Dark Dimension, but we did get the Apocalypse Saga. So the Apocalypse is kind of like a Dark Dimension 5.5. It should have been Dark Dimension 6. That got pushed to the very next year when Dark Dimension 6 was released for Super Skrull. So think of Apocalypse like a Dark Dimensions release between Dormammu and between Super Skrull. That still is, I think, the #1 character to go after right now in the game. I think that Super Skrull is not far behind Apocalypse as being the best character in the game. Black Knight kind of brought Super Skrull down a little bit, but Apocalypse, Super Skrull, still the best characters in the game. I still think you should chase Apocalypse before Super Skrull because technically you should be getting him before that because of the requirements for that. A little less requirements. You're tier 17 instead of 18, and the requirements to get that big boy Apocalypse does ISO 8.5 before that. So you should be chasing Apocalypse that is what I think you should be chasing right now as a newer or mid-game players. If you unlock other legendaries, other Dark Dimension characters, you can use them in the chase for your other legendaries or Dark Dimension characters. But I think your big chase right now should be for Apocalypse. And then, whatever you get along the way is great, and just use that. Yo, Valley bro, now that I have most of the Spider Society, is it worth putting the Horseman teams on the back burner until things calm down with needing few new teams for legendary events and all that? I just need to know that I invest before I go further, thanks. So I would still focus on Apocalypse, my brother. Now, for the Spider Society, you would need them for the raids right now. If you're trying to get to the highest levels of Kyln, you will need to do that right now because it's pretty much impossible to get through floors 41 through 43 without a Spider Society, at least without a big Peter B. And of course, you would need them for the next raid. Alpha Flight and Spider Society is coming for these next Spotlight raids, which are replacing the next week raids. So that's what you would need Spider Society for right now. And of course, if your alliance is wanting to 100% the encouraging raids right now, if you're not looking for that, you could kind of put Spider Society on the back burner. I would still be focusing on Apocalypse, though. I think that is still the best character in the game. I think you focus on Apocalypse, get your Horseman teams, and then once you need the Spider Society for the raids, whatever level of raids that you and your alliance are doing, that's when you shift your focus back towards the Spider Society. But right now, Apocalypse, I think, is the most valuable character in the game right now. So focus on that. ValleyFlyin, I just got Apocalypse. Do you think I should focus on getting Super Skrull or Big Boy Apocalypse? So you could kind of focus on both of them at the same point right now, because Super Skrull, to get into Dark Dimension 6, you need your characters at gear tier 18. To get Big Boy Apocalypse with Apocalypse already, have your characters at gear tier 17, but you need that ISO 8.5 on those Horseman characters and your original characters at Deathpool, Kestrel, and Weaver. So you can kind of focus on them at the same time. Whatever you get first is who you're gonna go in and get first. Unlocking the Apocalypse unlock, or getting that getting into Dark Dimension 6, getting that Super Skrull. Now, if it was one or the other, which is not, but I would go for Big Boy Apocalypse first and then Super Skrull. Obviously, you need to get a lot of gear tier 18 on your characters that you're bringing into Dark Dimension 6. But again, once you get those gear on those characters, it still is going to be a little bit of time before you get through Dark Dimension. Plus, getting that Big Boy Apocalypse will help you get through Dark Dimension 6 a lot quicker. So obviously, focus on both because they're two different goals. If you had to focus on one or the other, I would focus on Apocalypse and then Super Skrull. But like I said, both at the same time because you need different things for each of them. So Alpha Flight, what meta are they going to replace, or are they going to be simply joining the roster as an alternate to other teams? Cosmic Crucible, Raid, Arena. Doubtful on the Arena. So I think it's just going to be for there's a Spotlight Raid. So obviously, if we're looking at timing right now, we have the Mercs for Money that's been announced that should be coming very, very soon because of the next month-long milestone event is named after the Mercs for Money. But then I think the next team after that is going to be Alpha Flight, and that's when we're going to get these Spotlight Raids. So as of right now, it looks like they're going to be a raid team. Could be something else, have some other value in addition to that, but at the very least, looks like they are going to be a raid team at least. So hopefully that helps you in determining what you're going to build, but we don't know too much about them right now. We know Sasquatch is going to be on the team, Guardian is going to be on the team. Other than that, we don't know any of the other members or any reworks that could be possible with this team. So let me know in the comments if there's some other characters. We did discuss maybe Wolverine, maybe Sabretooth being a possible part of this team, but I'm not sure if they really fit on this team too much. So let me know who you think would be a part of this Alpha Flight team. Hey, Valley, love the content, of course, still. Any new martial arts matches recently? No, actually, I had surgery on my knee back in December. So I was planning to be competing around now, but also dislocated my finger. So that set me back a little bit. So hopefully soon. My finger's feeling a little better, and of course I could just tape that. My knee is feeling a little better, and getting a little more motion in the knee. So I should be competing soon, hopefully. Definitely before the end of the year, but definitely hopefully before June or July. Also, wanted to let you know a bug with the coin store. I used the coins to get dark promos, gear 18 piece. One was 37.50, the other one's 67.50. It shows me at 97.50 on the web store. So I got a 1,500 coin item to see if it worked, and it failed. I contacted customer service, no response yet. Added far as customer service, they're forwarding my tickets to developers, sending compensation by inbox shortly. I'll update again if they arrive. So hopefully they should have arrived at this point. This message was from a few days ago, and hopefully they're back in the office to give you the compensation. I haven't seen too much of this being an issue, so hopefully this was just a isolated issue. Customer service makes you whole, and you get your points, and you get all the shiny coins you need. We will need these shiny coins for another event coming up this week. Now, the good thing is not tied to a web milestone for that, so you could kind of spend a little more freely, get a little more agency in your purchases. But like I said, hopefully this is an isolated incident and they make you whole and nobody else experiences this issue here. Hey, Valley, I'm not seeing many other people talk about it, and I am not putting this down. I don't know if I think the full teams are revealed. Who do you think will be the full Merc for money besides Deadpool, Pandapool, Old Man Logan? So I think they gave us a couple clues. The first is this splash screen right here. We look at the splash screen, we see Deadpool, we see Pandapool, we see Deathpool right here. So I think it's very likely that she would be a part of this team because kind of related to Deadpool, they just got a costume there. And if we look at the most recent blog post, we see Deadpool, we see Pandapool, we see the Spider Society members and Deathpool. So no reason to have her here unless she is a part of this team. So I think she will be a part of this team as the fourth member. Let me know who you think is going to be the fifth member. We did get that tease of Old Man Logan into Data Mine, so that's probably the third. Deathpool's the fourth. Let me know who your guess is as a fifth character. Hopefully we should be finding out some information very, very soon. Got a couple questions about Red Gear related to Dark Dimension 7. Why haven't they, even though they've been starting to put out Crimson Gear in the raids and more events offers, leaderboard events, when are they going to really be loosening it up on these? Because I'm far from ready to go Dark Dimension 7. There's a lack of Crimson Gear availability so far. Yeah, I don't think most players are ready to go for Dark Dimension 7. I've been buying a lot of that stuff in the store until we got the escape from Kyln. And if you look at my roster, 0 characters at Crimson Gear. I'm working on Apocalypse. I'm working on Super Skrull. They're not ready yet. I'm working on Black Knight. He's closest to be ready, but he is not ready. So I think you're not the only one that's in that situation. I think that's what the devs want. Hopefully more people unlock Mephisto, and as more and more people unlock Mephisto, that's when I think they're going to start loosening up on the strings on the Crimson Gear. But right now, I don't think enough people have unlocked Mephisto for them to start loosening up on the strings of the Crimson Gear. So I think that's just where we're at right now. I think it's gonna be a slow grind until more people unlock Mephisto. And then when that happens, then hopefully we get some orbs for Raid Store, the War Store, and a bunch of other stuff that we could get more gear. But that's it for now. Yes, you should still be building Apocalypse. He is the best character in the game, in my opinion. Very close above Super Skrull. But yeah, build Apocalypse. Don't stop. And Spider Society, it really depends on what you want to do in the game. If you're trying to tackle these raids right now, you should be building Spider Society. If you want to get to the top of Kyln Tower right now, you should be building them. Other than that, I think you'd hold off and build them down the road. But let me know your thoughts on Spider Society and Apocalypse and this Kyln Tower. Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. It is free for you and it helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to see what are the top characters to farm and build right now in Marvel Strike Force, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.